Hasbro and Wizards wants your wallet. GameMasters here, and well, yeah, it's no surprise as to what Hasbro and Wizards stated in their fireside chat to investors. And make no mistake, this was a chat to investors, not to fans or customers. We already knew that they would sidestep any issues about Magic the Gathering, but it did surprise me to hear that they were disappointed in Dungeons & Dragons sales. But here's the rub. They did say that many things contributed to the success of Magic the Gathering, from the secret lair drops to the online version of the game, and because of Magic's success, they want to try to use some of those tactics with Dungeons & Dragons. And this makes sense. We got a teaser, a few months back about them developing their own form of a virtual tabletop, and I'm sure that there will be add-ons for purchase in that system. And of course, their Dungeons & Dragons Beyond digital format. Simply put, buying digital doesn't cost them much to produce. They don't have the printing cost and logistics, but they can still charge the same retail price as tangible goods. And this is my 2 cents as to what else they're going to try. Books that we've beginning have all more or less kind of fallen into the same page count, give or take 20 pages or so. I have a feeling that before the book goes to publishing, they already know how many pages it's going to be, say 170 or 180 pages. But I also feel that there's so much more content being produced for those books that ultimately ends up getting cut due to limited space and page count restrictions. We also know that a lot of fans won't turn to third-party publishers for their Dungeons & Dragons books, supplements, and material. So here's what I theorize. All of that stuff that got left on the cutting room floor, Wizards is going to scoop that material up, push it onto D&D Beyond, perhaps as an exclusive, or they may just do their own D&D version of Magic Secret Lair drops and officially produce that missing we cut it from the main book material. I took some notes from their fireside chat about Dungeons & Dragons. It's more popular than ever. They are researching into exactly how players are playing. Dungeon Masters make up a small portion of the demographic, but make up a majority of the spending. They feel that Dungeons & Dragons is not being monetized enough. Not being monetized enough? It's embedded in popular culture right now. They mentioned briefly about trying to hone in on some strategy to monetize D&D more throughout the year, trying to monetize it heavily during each quarter. And it could be from, even more books being released to accessories to opening up the license and, of course, utilizing D&D Beyond. They said more things, but I was really trying to listen and type notes at the same time, so I'm sure I missed a few things. But I got the heavy impression that D&D Beyond and digital was a key direction that they wanted to take Dungeons & Dragons. They also mentioned a little about Honor Among Thieves, wanting more movies, TV, online games, and pushing out a lot of marketing for all of this. Basically, it was a shoring up to investors that they should keep their money with Hasbro because they just know that somehow they will produce content that we, you and I, will just open up our wallets for and hand over. At the time I'm recording this, Hasbro's stock is right at about $60 a share. Time will tell. What's going through your mind right now? Do you think that they'll scoop up the cut parts of books and push them online like the modules from several years ago? What else can you see on the horizon in the Dungeons & Dragons digital marketplace? What would coax money from your hand? I'm just not a big fan of digital content. I prefer physical. If for any other reason, I can sell it should the need arise. And that's one of the big reasons that I don't play Magic the Gathering online. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and until next our paths cross, may your wallets stay full.